broken out. The masthead, the code 0 is broken out. Now, look how quickly they can accelerate. This is an attacking weapon being used for the first time in America's Cup 2000. The big code 0 is out.
They've still got the other jib up as well. Now, the theory, I think, is to build speed on port. Now, coming down to committal time, 2:20 here. They're very close to the line. I would favour the left-hand side. Whoever leads back, I would suggest.
120 to kill for the pin. Yeah, we could dive. Yes.
Here you go, Team New Zealand. They're rolling up the code 0. Got a minute to kill. They're early for the pin.
Whether or not they want the pin, the breeze has been going left all the time, but Team New Zealand are out to the right. Down comes the code 0.
Oh, he's coming up.
Dial. Prada have to get out the way.
Lay line here, lay line. Yeah.
It's still early for the pin. Code 0's out of the way down below. 35 to kill. Team New Zealand, I believe, are going to the pin end of the line and going left.
The call off Prada is let's just stay close to him.
Team New Zealand definitely lining up for the pin end. Early. 1 minute. Prada coming in fast here. Prada going for the hook. Team New Zealand bow down, trying to match the pace here.
I think we're still 5 early for the pin.
Torben Grail has said we want to go on the left. We must have the left. That is the call of Prada.
Too late. Shopping list is in here. Team New Zealand own the left. Time and distance. Watch it. Team New Zealand have got the pin. They absolutely own the pin end.
17, 16, 15, 14, 12.
Coming to the start, race 4, America's Cup 2000. Both crews want the left, and Team New Zealand have won it. For the first time, breaking out the code 0 sail, and Russell Coots on his 38th birthday wins the start, down to Lewin and ahead, and out on the favoured left-hand side.
Beautiful. Absolutely own it. Prada can't live there, bailing right.
Immediately Prada tacks off. The unearned advantage to the black boat.
This is
wonderful stuff by Russell Coots in the afterguard with Brad Butterworth, Murray Jones, Richard Dodson and Tom Snackenberg. Brilliant trimming, Simon Daubney right in the middle. And Grant Lorenz. Outstanding stuff by the New Zealand crew. To come in from the port end, the Italians had the favoured starboard end advantage. And it is the New Zealanders leading by nearly 2 boat lengths soon after the start. And this in the 7 to 8, 9 knots. The New Zealanders outstanding. What did you make of that code 0, Chris?
Well, to be really honest about it, I don't think it made a difference. I mean, psychologically it might, because we're all sat back thinking, blimey, what's going to happen here? They did accelerate with it, but of course that didn't help them because they were able to turn back in good time and own the left-hand side. Now, it was too late for Torben to say it a minute to go, I want the left. He should have, those orders should have been in place at 2.5 or 3 minutes.
It was fascinating because both boats had actually got out to the right. The New Zealanders were out to the right, but they decided long ago they wanted the left. And there were the Italians back out with the power of the right, but that's not where both camps wanted to be.
Okay, here comes Prada now. Back on starboard tack, we're back live. Do they have New Zealand? Yes, looks like they're tacking to leeward here. It's going to be close, Peter.
Well, I just give that slight advantage to Team New Zealand at the first cross. But for the first time that we've really seen, Prada have got the power of the right. Now it's a case, can they hang on there to the top mark? They won't be able to hang in this position for too long. They will be forced out of there, back onto port. But to me, coming off the line, what was relevant was Team New Zealand used the code 0 to get an advantage, and then with all the mechanics to tidy the code 0 up, their advantage that they initially got off the start line has been gobbled up by Prada. Just being able to sail their boat in a normal mode to get rid of the code 0 mechanically did cost Team New Zealand off the line.
A lot of animated input coming in. They know this is important.
This is a gain here to Prada. They've made a gain. Team New Zealand going bow down for the dip. Prada, are they going to take the left or slam them on their face? No, they're carrying on through, so this is a change. Prada electing to give Team New Zealand the right, the power of the right, and looks like both weather programs have picked up something out of the left. Peter Gilmore, that's Prada wanting to dominate the left. That's halfway up the beat.
I think you've got to get your head out of the boat and look around.
Prada on board saying we want the left.
It's not the sort of day that we can.
We're into an interesting first leg.
Well, Team New Zealand, they're still with a comfortable advantage of just over 1 boat length on Prada. And remember, they still have that right-hand advantage. Now, one thing that's quite interesting here is down at the start, of course, the wind was out of the left, and we saw Team New Zealand fought for the left-hand side. Then up the course, right around here, Team New Zealand made a conscious decision to get over to the right-hand side of the course. And as they did that, the wind went right a little bit. So one has to ask the question whether maybe Team New Zealand's weather program, the boats they've got scattered around the course, actually said to them, left's going to play in the bottom half of the course, but as you get up by the top mark, the right is going to be where all the advantage is. And as we've been watching this animation, they've extended their lead out now to over 2 boat lengths, or around 2 lengths. So at the moment, as they get out towards that left-hand lay line, the options don't look that great for Prada.
Dean flips on the bow.
That sort of gun barrel out to the side is actually the jockey pole.
It's okay.
Stand by set.
Mark 1, race 4, America's Cup 2000, and Team New Zealand in front again. After a brilliant start by skipper Russell Coutts, outstanding boat handling, brilliant trimming in the start sequence, Team New Zealand went out to a 2 boat length advantage, and then it went back to half a boat length, and across number 3, it was the Italians in front. But incredibly, they did not nail that advantage home. They persisted in holding on to starboard and going a long way out to the left. That gave the leverage the black boat needed, so they came from behind. And it is Team New Zealand, NZL 60 Black Magic, leading Prada around the top mark. As Luna Rosa ITA 45 rounds mark number 1, an amazing 45 seconds astern going into leg number 2. Amazing because the Italians had the advantage. Around a third of the way out that beat to halfway, they were in front. And by not staying between their man and the hoop, they allowed an opening for Team New Zealand.
Oh, sneaking off there.
Let's go. That's the voice of Russell Coutts.
Yeah.
Playing it safe. Yeah, they're going now. Driving left now. And what they'll do is when Prada come back, they'll go all the way to the port lay line. Safe move.
Keep it coming, keep it coming, keep it coming. Hold.
And this graphic here is an excellent example of what we were talking about with covering. With Team New Zealand staying between Prada and the bottom mark. When we see the yellow trail of Prada there, each time they've come back, we see Team New Zealand come back and they've just stayed in sync with Prada. They haven't given them any leverage whatsoever. They've just stayed with them the whole time. And by keeping it down to 200 or 300 metres, it means that if there's a little bit of a wind shift, they're not going to lose more than maybe half to 1 boat length. And looking at that at the moment, that's still a lead of close to 6 boat lengths. They've lost maybe a couple of lengths since the top mark, But at the moment, Prada's really resigned to the fact that they're going to be second again, round mark number 2.
There it goes. Now watch them pull the middle of the sail onto the boat. See the two guys in the middle? That's guys from the back of the boat, people like Murray.
Murray Jones and Richard Dodson.
I think Prada have been lucky. They've had a puff of breeze. They've got down to the mark. They might have made a little gain here.
Here we go.
Mark 2, race 4. Team New Zealand still in front. 4 legs to go. Black Magic NZL 60 leading by 45 seconds at the last mark. This has been a gain, has it, to Prada? The Amiga clock ticking away. They spike their Jenica.
Classic move here, Peter, is for Team New Zealand to hold, sort themselves out, wait for Prada to come round. When Prada break right, Team New Zealand will go with them.
The clock's still ticking. Over half a minute and still going. As Prada around 39 seconds. So they've taken 6 seconds out of Team New Zealand. Going into leg number 3, the second beat to win. Torben Grail is telling his crew, don't give up, guys. Anything can happen here.
And in this animation, we see Prada with the yellow trail on the left-hand side, Team New Zealand on the right. And if we lay the wind on, we can see that it's gone right. And, of course, that's all good news for Team New Zealand. They're the one on the right-hand side to take advantage of that. And then if we lay the advantage line on, we can see that, in fact, Team New Zealand's opened up again. So being on that right-hand side, there looks like they're getting a sniff of right-hand pressure that Prada perhaps isn't. And at the moment, Prada will be looking, waiting, hoping for a bit of left-hand shift to try and go back and close the game up.
Prada, they don't look very animated, Peter Gilmore. This could be the race that sinks Prada.
Well, it's tough when you're behind in a position like this and the yacht in front is making the perfect moves and good placement.
Black Magic NZL 60 at Mark 3, halfway through race 4, America's Cup 2000. And they're still in front. Team New Zealand were leading by 39 seconds at mark number 2. Team New Zealand leading by 39 seconds at mark number 2. Looks as though they've taken over a minute out of Prada on the speed to windward. A minute exactly on the Amiga clock. Prada trail Black Magic NZL 60 by 1 minute 39 going into leg number 4, the second off-wind leg.
That's their true wind speed there and true wind direction. On board, I suspect Prada. I'm not actually sure which boat it is, but that's what they're looking at. You can see the wind tracking there, not only in speed but also in direction. It is Prada. Great shot from the camera there. Here we go.
Here comes the spike now.
What they do is get the middle of the sail into the boat as soon as they can. So make sure they don't go fishing.
Now we'll watch the efficiency of this brilliant crew. Down comes the drop, Sumpets in the tide. That looks like Richard Dodson with long arms, who, along with Murray Jones, does help Dean Phipps. Joe Allen is down in the sewer, and Matt Mason. Black Magic NZL 60 round the leeward mark.
Nice turn.
A windward leeward to go, 2 legs to go.
And this is the view Francesco De Angelis on board Prada has of Team New Zealand looking way up to windward there. At the moment, there's not a great deal the Italians can do. That's a 350-metre lead, an enormous lead in anyone's language, and with the breeze reasonably steady at the moment, all Prada can really do is just try and sniff out little wind shifts and close up some of that enormous gap that Team New Zealand's open up on them. Pretty tough call on the Italians.
Hold there, mate.
Matthew Mason bousting out. I think that's Richard Dodson up there as well. Mark 5. hoisting for the last time, going into the 6th and final leg. Black Magic NZL 60, still comfortably in front of Prada.
Yeah, well, a big mistake we can make there is by actually, you know, doing another, wind up doing 2 more jibes than him or something stupid like that, you know.
And this shows very graphically how Prada's been able to come in here. That's Team New Zealand in the foreground with the blue trail. But if we compare the trails there of Team New Zealand there, going at this angle like this, meanwhile, looking at Prada, they were able to get that gust and then just roll right down like that. And that's where they made their big gain. They've closed up pretty significantly on Team New Zealand, but one gets the feeling that perhaps they're going to run out of motorway before they get to the finish, and they just won't have enough room to be able to catch up that distance. It's still a very comfortable lead to Team New Zealand, remember. It was a lot bigger than this, but I'm sure that it's still pretty comfortable for Team New Zealand. There it is there. That's around 10 boat lengths, so it's still a big lead to the black boat.
In all 9 races, Russell Coutts and his brilliant Team New Zealand crews of 95 and 2000 have led at every mark.
Okay, here we go.
Team New Zealand win race 4 of America's Cup 2000 and go to match point. One more win by Team New Zealand means the Everest of yachting will stay in Auckland. Meanwhile, Prada must win the next 5 races. It's Team New Zealand 4, the Prada Challenge of Italy 0.